Namaskaram, there is something unsettling about a woman who walks alone, not to herself but to those who watch her. They wonder why is she alone? Did she not find someone? Did she lose someone? Did she fail, or is she simply different? But she is none of these things. She is a presence unto herself. She walks not because she has no one to walk with, but because she has chosen to walk her own path. For centuries, a woman has been told that she is only complete when she is someone's daughter, someone's wife, someone's mother. A woman alone, that is an incomplete sentence in the eyes of the world. But she does not need the world to complete her. She completes herself. When a man walks alone, they call him an explorer, a seeker. But when a woman walks alone, they call her lost. Why? Does she not have dreams? Does she not have a journey of her own? This woman, she has known love. Not the love that binds, but the love that liberates. She has known loneliness too, but she has learned that being alone is not the same as being lonely. When she stands under the open sky, when the wind brushes against her face, when the earth beneath her feet reminds her that she belongs, she is never truly alone. There is a profound power in solitude, something most people do not understand. To be alone is not to be abandoned, it is not to be weak, it is to stand as an unshaken mountain in the face of storms, to be untouched by the noise of the world and to hear something far greater, the voice within. A woman who walks alone is not one who has been left behind. She is one who has stepped forward when others hesitated. She is not lost, she has chosen a path that few dare to tread. There is immense strength in this. It takes courage to be without the shield of societal approval, without the comfort of the familiar. But she knows that true strength does not come from how many hands hold hers. It comes from how steady she stands, even when there are none. Look at nature. The tallest trees do not lean on others for support. They root themselves deep into the earth, drawing strength from within. A woman alone is like that, rooted in herself, drawing from the depths of her own being. Society may call her incomplete, but she does not live by society's words. She knows that solitude is not emptiness, it is space. Space to grow, to breathe, to understand oneself in ways that the noise of the world never allows. There are many who fear being alone, not because they cannot survive, but because they have never met themselves fully. They have always existed in reflection, defined by someone else, living through another's expectation. But a woman who walks alone has broken this illusion. She has met herself, she has understood herself, and she has embraced herself, not as an extension of someone else, but as a complete existence on her own. Does this mean she does not know love? No. It means she does not seek love as a means to escape herself. She does not walk alone because she rejects companionship. She walks alone because she knows that true companionship is not found in dependency but in shared strength. She is not afraid of love, but she refuses to shrink herself to fit into someone else's life. There is no tragedy in walking alone. The real tragedy is never learning how to stand alone, because only those who are strong in their solitude can truly walk beside others without losing themselves. So, let the world wonder, let them question. She will keep walking, not because she must, but because she chooses to. Because in her solitude, she has found something that most never will, herself. From the moment a woman is born, the world rushes to give her a name, not just the one written on paper, but the one etched into society's expectations. She is a daughter, a sister, a wife, a mother. She is everything but herself. Her identity is tied to the roles she plays, not to the being she is. But what happens when a woman refuses these labels, when she walks alone, not as someone's wife or someone's companion, but as herself? The world stares, the world questions, because it does not know how to define a woman who exists beyond relationships, beyond titles, beyond the boundaries drawn for her. The need to label a woman is not about understanding her, it is about controlling her. A labeled woman is predictable, she is safe, she knows what is expected of her, and she conforms. But a woman who walks without a label is dangerous. She cannot be boxed in, she cannot be explained in a single word, and she cannot be placed where others think she belongs. If she is not married, they will ask, "When will you settle down?" If she has no children, they will say, "Who will take care of you when you are old?" If she travels alone, they will wonder, what is she searching for? They do not realize that she is not searching, she is simply living, not according to a pre-written script, but in the way her soul moves her. There is immense freedom in refusing to be defined by society's expectations. When a woman walks alone, she does not carry the weight of proving herself to anyone. She does not have to shrink to fit into a role. She does not have to explain why she is the way she is. She simply is. That is a terrifying thought for those who believe a woman must always belong to someone. For centuries, a woman's worth has been measured by her relationships. A man can be powerful, independent, a lone wolf, but a woman who stands alone is seen as incomplete. Why? Does she not have her own mind, her own dreams, her own existence? Is she not enough as she is? A woman beyond labels is not waiting for someone to complete her story. She is writing her own. And that story is not about filling the roles assigned to her, but about exploring what it means to be alive without restriction. Does this mean she rejects love? No. It means she understands that love should not require her to lose herself. Does this mean she is against marriage? No. It means she refuses to see marriage as her only destiny. Does this mean she is lonely? No. It means she knows the difference between being alone and being caged. She is not a wife, she is not a widow, she is not someone's possession, nor someone's missing piece. She is herself. That is her greatest power, and that is her greatest freedom. A woman who walks alone does not walk in silence. She walks through an invisible storm. Not a storm of her making, but a storm of voices, whispers and stares. The world does not know how to look at a woman without placing her in a frame, without fitting her into a definition that makes sense to them. And when they cannot find the right label, they judge. The judgment begins softly, almost like a concern. Is she okay? Why is she alone? Then it grows louder, heavier. There must be something wrong with her. Did she fail to keep a man? Is she too difficult, too proud, too broken? And if she continues to walk, unmoved by their questions, the whispers turn into warnings. She will regret this. She will end up alone. She will not find happiness. But the weight of judgment is not just in words. It is in the way people look at her, the way they change their tone when they speak to her, the way they treat her as if she is incomplete. It is in the unspoken assumption that a woman alone is either to be pitied or feared. If she is young, they wonder why she has not married. If she is married but walks without her husband, they ask if something is wrong. If she is older and alone, they assume she must be filled with regret. No matter what stage of life she is in, if she does not fit the expected mold, there is judgment waiting for her. And this judgment does not come only from men, it comes from women too. Women who have been taught that their worth is tied to their relationships. Women who were never given the freedom to walk alone, and so they struggle to understand those who do. A woman who breaks free is a reminder of all the chains they were told to accept. And sometimes nothing is more uncomfortable than watching another person live the freedom you were told was impossible. But what is this judgment really? It is fear disguised as tradition. It is insecurity pretending to be wisdom. It is a society trying to force every woman into the same shape because an independent woman is unpredictable, and unpredictability is dangerous to those who want control. What they do not realize is that she has already carried a heavier burden than their judgment. She has carried the weight of expectation since the day she was born. She has carried the weight of silence when she wanted to speak, the weight of sacrifice when she wanted to choose herself, the weight of constantly being told that she is not enough unless she belongs to someone. So, when they judge her for walking alone, it does not break her. She has already walked through fire and their words are just ashes in the wind. She does not need to justify herself. She does not need to convince the world that she is happy, that she is complete, that she is enough, because she knows, and that is all that matters. The world often mistakes a woman walking alone as someone who has rejected love. They assume she must have been heartbroken, abandoned, or too difficult to love. They believe she must be bitter, closed off, unwilling to open her heart, because for them love is something that must always come from another person. They do not understand that love can exist in many forms, that love is not something she lacks but something she carries within herself. A woman who walks alone is not walking away from love, she is walking toward a love that is not confined to one person, one relationship or one definition. She does not need a husband to feel loved because she understands that love is not possession. She does not need constant companionship to feel whole because she knows that true connection is not found in another, it is found within. The world has conditioned women to believe that their greatest purpose is to be loved by someone else. From childhood, they are told stories of waiting for a prince, of being chosen, of being completed by another's affection. But what if love is not about waiting? What if love is not about being chosen, but about choosing oneself first? A woman who walks alone has known love. She has felt it in the laughter of her friend, in the embrace of her mother, in the quiet presence of the moon on a sleepless night. She has known the love of the wind that touches her skin, of the sun that rises every morning without fail. She has felt the love of existence itself, a love that does not demand her to be anything other than what she is. Does this mean she rejects companionship? No. It means she does not seek it out of fear or loneliness. She does not grasp at it desperately, afraid of being alone. If love finds her, it will not be because she was waiting to be saved, but because she met another soul who walks with the same freedom, the same depth. A love that does not bind but allows each to walk their own path. Without fear, there is a difference between love and dependency. Many relationships are built on need, not love. People cling to one another because they are afraid of solitude, afraid of facing themselves. But she has already faced herself. She has stood in the silence, in the stillness, and she has not been afraid. She does not need a companion to fill a void, because she is not empty. This does not mean she does not desire love. Love is the most beautiful thing, but only when it is real. She does not want a love that asks her to shrink, to bend, to lose herself just to fit another's expectations. She does not want a love that demands her to become less so that another can feel more. If she loves, she will love deeply, but she will love with open hands, not closed fists. She will not hold on to someone out of fear. She will not stay in a place where love has turned into obligation. She will walk away from anything that tries to cage her spirit, because love, if it is real, should not feel like a chain. It should feel like the wind, free, boundless, infinite. And so she walks, not because she is running from love, but because she refuses to settle for anything less than what her soul truly deserves. If love is meant to join her on this path, it will, and if not, she will continue walking unafraid, knowing that she is already whole.